Okay. Well, welcome to Flow and Restore. If you've not taken this class with me yet, I just want to give you a little intro. We'll be doing some vinyasa, some movement, connecting breath with movement for about 25 minutes. And then I'll have 20 minutes of restorative yoga where you'll be basically as close to sleep as possible, but conscious. You'll be using props to support you in those poses. So if you're watching the recording, I just wanted to remind you to have 2 pillows and 2 blankets, one preferably folded and one rolled up like a tortilla that you can see here behind me on the floor. And because we're going to end on the ground, on the earth, we're going to start on our feet. So a little bit more energized. So I'm going to have you stand up in mountain pose. And if you'd like to be at the top of your mat, you can, but we are going to go into a wide leg forward fold soon. So you might want to turn to the long edge of your mat. Feet are about hips width distance apart. Feel free to bring your hands down to your side, palms facing forward. You can close your eyes for just a moment. And I want you to just really root down through your feet, meaning activate your toes, grip the earth below you. Maybe shift your weight side to side gently to kind of find your middle so that you feel balanced between both feet. And then all together, we'll take 2 sighing breaths as a way to transition to our practice this evening. So all together, deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And let it go. With your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Face your palms forward. Exhale, draw your elbows down. So cactus your arms. Inhale, arms reach back up overhead, extending through the crown of your head. Exhale, draw elbows down, heart open. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale, reach up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, elbows draw down, open your heart. So it's like a slight back bend. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, really exaggerate this movement on the last one, opening your heart to the sky. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. This time, step your feet out wide, like a wide leg forward fold, which is where we're heading. So make sure toes are pointed to the front, heels are in alignment with your toes. And on your next exhale, slight bend in your knees, dive forward. The more you bend your knees, the easier it is on the low back. Inhale, sweep your arms up, back up to standing. Hands come together overhead. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's repeat that a couple more times. So inhale, sweep arms up. Slight bend in your knees, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Exhale, dive forward. Allowing your hands to just drape to the floor. Inhale, reverse swan dive, back up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, and this time we're going to stay down in our wide leg forward fold. Deep inhale, sweep arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward. And once you're here, I want you to reach behind your low back to find your hands and interlace your fingers to find a clasp. And any amount here that you can straighten your elbows and draw your hands forward to begin to open your shoulders. While you're here, don't forget to breathe. Whenever we go upside down, people tend to hold their breath. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to open your low back, or you can begin to work them towards straight. Allow your head to be heavy, and you can shake your head yes or no. Just allow your gravity to traction your neck. Go ahead and release your hands down to the ground in front of you. On an inhale, look forward, pressing down through your fingertips and lengthen your back. Keep your left fingertips down. Inhale, sweep your right arm open towards the sky, finding an open twist. This is revolve, wide leg forward fold. Inhale, right hand down. Exhale, left hand up to the other side. So you'll feel a stretch on the inside of the right leg here as we twist to the left. Inhale, left fingertips down. Let's go one more time each side. Right fingertips open. Now I feel that stretch on the inside of my left leg, the left leg adductors. Inhale, right fingertips down. Exhale, left fingertips up towards the sky. Open twist. Bring the left fingertips down. And here you're going to walk your hands around towards the front of your mat, taking a quarter turn to face the front of your mat and bending whichever knee that is. So for me, that's my right knee. I'm in a runner's lunge. Beautiful. You're going to drop your back knee down. So option to grab your blanket that's folded to pad your mat for your knee. And then you're going to bring your right knee back, or whichever one was in the front to meet the other one. So we're in tabletop, hands and knees. Beautiful. Simple cat-cow flow here to begin to warm up the spine a little bit more. So on an inhale, look forward, dropping your belly towards the earth, opening your chest. Exhale, press your hands away from you, tuck your chin, round your spine. Take cat. Inhale, look forward, draw the heels of your hands back towards you. Exhale, press your hands away from you on the mat without moving them. Take cat. And now I want you to just begin to flow here with your own breath. So inhale and exhale. And this can become as free as you might like. What I mean by that is you can begin to circle your hips around or move your rib cage side to side. So you're beginning to mobilize your spine in all directions. Beautiful job, you guys. Remembering to move with your breath. And then we'll meet in a neutral spine and tabletop. I'm going to have you walk your hands forward, one palm print, tuck your toes, and then send your hips up and back to your first downward dog. So I want this to be as dynamic as possible. So begin to pedal your feet, bending your knees one at a time. Pressing through all 10 fingers to open your shoulders. And just beginning to work the hamstrings to open. And the knees towards straight eventually. So you really want to think about finding length through the back of your body. And then beginning to work your heels down closer to the earth in your downward dog and your knees towards straight. Nice deep breaths here. And then all together, slowly inhale and raise your right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee towards your chest, step all the way through to your right thumb. Now let's say you can't get there. Go ahead and grab your ankle to assist so that you end up in a lunge. Press down through both feet. Inhale and rise to crescent. Squeezing the inner thighs to keep your balance. Exhale, draw the elbows down just like we did in the warm-up, cactus arms. Inhale, rise up, arms overhead. Exhale, elbows down, sink in. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink into your lunge, elbows down, heart open. Last time, arms up. This time, hands come down to frame your right foot. Plant your hands. Inhale and step back to plank. Option to exhale to tabletop or go through your regular vinyasa where you would lower down through chaturanga. I'll show the easier version tonight. Inhale to cow pose. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And then we'll all meet back on an exhale to downward dog. Beautiful. On an inhale, slowly raise your left leg up towards the sky. On an exhale, step through to your left thumb. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise to crescent. Exhale, elbows down, heart open towards the sky. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, sink into that lunge, opening the right hip. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink in, opening the right hip, heart is open. Inhale, hands up, overhead. Exhale, hands come down to your mat to frame your left foot. Step back to plank. And this time I'll show the next version. So modified plank, exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, rise to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Inhale, push up through plank or tabletop and exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step through to the right thumb. We're going to stay here in runner's lunge and add in a cat-cow for a lunge pulsation. So inhale, press down through your feet and fingertips around your spine. Exhale, sink in, look forward like cow pose. Inhale, round like cat, drawing energy upward. Exhale, right shin forward, left heel back. One more time. Inhale, round. Exhale, sink in, look forward. Plant your hands. Inhale, step back to plank. Your choice of connecting vinyasa. I'm going to show the hardest version now, which is to stay in plank and then exhale lower all the way down without dropping your knees. That's chaturanga. Press down through your hands, tops of your feet, rise to cobra, head comes up last. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, push up through tabletop or plank, and back to downward dog. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step through to the left thumb. Again, option to do that assist to bring the foot forward again a little bit further. Press down through your feet and fingertips around the spine. Inhale. Exhale, left shin forward, right heel back. Look forward. Inhale, round. Draw energy upward, lunge pulsation. Exhale, sink in, opening the right hip, looking forward. One more time. Inhale, round. Exhale, sink in, look forward. Beautiful. Plant your hands. Inhale and step the left foot back. I'm going to go back to cat-cow now, so take your choice of connecting vinyasa. I'm exhaling to tabletop. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round your spine to cat. Inhale to cow. Tuck your toes, exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step through to the right thumb. This time you're going to drop your back knee down, so left knee down. Inhale, rise to low lunge with shoulder flexion. Go ahead and place your hands on your right knee. On an inhale, we're going to back off the low lunge, so shifting your weight back over your left knee. Exhale, sink in, lifting your heart towards the sky and opening the left hip. Inhale, back off. Exhale, sink in, right shin forward. One more time. Inhale, back off. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step back to plank. Your choice of connecting vinyasa. Again, I'll show the modified plank. Knees come down, exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck my toes, press down to the tops of my feet and hands slowly on an inhale, rise to cobra. Shoulders stay away from my ears. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, inhale, push up through plank or tabletop, and exhale to downward dog. So I've shown you 3 variations of connecting vinyasas, and you can choose how much fire you want tonight. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, step through to the left thumb. This is our last round here. Go ahead and drop your right knee down. You can untuck the back toes or keep them tucked. Inhale, rise to low lunge with shoulder flexion. Go ahead and place your hands on your left knee. On an inhale, back off the low lunge, so shifting your weight back over your right knee. Exhale, sink in, opening the right hip, heart open. Inhale, back off. Exhale, sink in, left shin forward. One more time. Inhale, back off. Exhale, sink in. You're really opening the right hip here. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame your left foot. Lift your back knee. Step back to plank. And then all together, let's exhale to tabletop. And we're going to come all the way down to your belly here. I'm going to move my blanket out of the way. And we're going to take just a moment here in prone rest. So you can stack your forearms and place your forehead down. Just notice any sensations you're feeling. Notice how things have changed in your body, whether that's temperature, breathing, heart rate. Notice how just this moment of rest feels so nice and rejuvenating after beginning to work so hard. Go ahead and bring your arms down by your side. Forehead can come down to the mat. I'm going to keep my head turned so you can hear me. But I want you to find your hands over your sacrum, interlace your fingers. So on your low back, find a clasp. And your head should be looking down at your mat. On an inhale, I want you to extend your elbows, lift your head, and keep your gaze at your mat so that you have length through the crown of your head. Now that you've lifted your upper body as high as you can and your elbows are extended, I want you to lift your legs. So engage your glutes, your hamstrings. So our upper and lower body is off the ground in Shalabhasana or locust pose. Release your clasp. Exhale, come down, turn your cheek to lower your head on your mat for just a moment. Go ahead and bring your head back to neutral. I want you to bend your right knee so that your foot is as close to your glutes as possible. And I want you to reach at least one hand or both hands back to grab your right foot. So we're coming into half bow prone. So we're going to go through that same exact movement we just did in locust. So on an inhale, lift your upper body, press your right foot into your hands and pull back on your hands, on your foot with your hands. You're pressing down with the top of your left foot. So this is at half bow. Beautiful. So shoulders are off the ground. You're in a back bend, lifting as high as you can. Exhale, release, lower down, turn your head the other way. Two more deep breaths here. Beautiful. We're going to do the other side now. So bend your left knee, bringing your heel as close to your glutes as you can. Find your foot with at least your left hand, if not both. And if you can only reach with your left hand, the other option here, and I should have shown you on the first side, is to lift the opposite arm in shoulder flexion, so in front of you. So I'll demonstrate that way this time. So on an inhale, lift your chest, press your left foot into your hand or hands, and then right arm can come up in front of you. The other way would look like this. So with both arms grabbing my left foot, I can get my chest a little bit higher. If I let go, the weight of my arm kind of pulls me down. Release your left foot, exhale, turn your head back the other way. So we've completed our preparatory poses for our peak pose tonight. Bring your hands under your shoulders and push up to hands and knees. And if you would like, go ahead and use your blanket to pad your mat. I'm going to turn it this way. And what we're going to do here is come into tabletop. You're going to turn your right toes off the edge of your mat. So I'm going to demonstrate the other way towards the camera so you can see. So to a 90-degree angle. And then I'm going to shift my weight to my right hand with my left foot out to the side. So my toes are off my mat. My right knee is down. My left foot is extended straight out. Beautiful. So this is gate pose. But now what we're going to come into is called kneeling partridge. So I want you to first engage your core. So draw your belly button towards your spine. Lift your left leg off the ground. bend your left knee, and grab your foot, the outside of your left foot. So from here, we want to find some extension in our hip and our spine and shoulder. The way we do that is push down through the right hand, press your left foot back into your hand, and pull back on that foot with your left hand. So you can see if I was not in the fullest expression, I'm kind of down here. And then I want to extend outward, opening the left hip, pressing the left foot into the hand, pressing down through the right hand for stability, and using my right toes that are tucked behind me for stability. Beautiful. Release the left foot. Left foot comes down. We'll transition back to tabletop. And I'm going to turn around so you can see me on the left side doing the same thing. So you're going to turn your left toes off the edge of your mat. Shift your weight to your left hand, almost like a side plank. Extend your right foot out. Engage your core. Right hand can be on your hip to start. Lift your right leg. Bend your right knee. Find your ankle or the outside of the right foot. Beautiful. And then extend through the right hip by pressing your right foot into your hand and pulling back on your right foot with your right hand. Press down through the left hand and the left toes that are tucked behind you for stability. Beautiful. Release your right foot, extend it out, right hand comes to hip, right toes come down. Come back through tabletop. If you'd like to take a moment in child's pose, go ahead. I am not going to go to child's pose. As I mentioned earlier, my dog took my knees out, Tanya Harding style on a walk. So full range of motion in my knees is not feeling good tonight. But this is an example that you can still do yoga with real life injuries, things that happen. So child's pose, hips are back over your feet, arms extend out in front of you. When you're ready, you can come up to a seated position. Beautiful job, you guys. So we're going to begin to set up for the restorative part of our class. So what I'm going to ask you to do is grab your pillows to start. You're going to place your pillows horizontally across approximately the middle of your mat. You're going to take your rolled up blanket. So I have it rolled up like a tortilla. And I'm going to place it a few inches above the pillows. So what I want you to do is bring your right side and right hip to touch the pillows. And if you would like, we're going to be in a supported side bend. I always like to place a blanket, a folded blanket between my knees, and that keeps my hips more neutral. And all you're going to do is come down over the pillows onto your side, your right side, placing your head on the folded blanket that's rolled up. If you feel like your head is hanging down, I recommend that you take your rolled up blanket and fold it in half, and that will bring the support of the prop up to you. From here, first option would be to allow your right hand to rest on your left hand to rest on your left hip along your side body. If you'd like to feel a bit of a deeper stretch, reach your left arm up and overhead so that it drapes across the top of your head and your fingertips simply rest on the earth below. Your left bicep will be essentially touching your left ear. Your right arm is out in front of you in the space between the pillows that you're laying over and the blanket supporting your head. It's like a little ravine for your right arm. Beautiful. I want you to just allow your eyes to close. And your breath to become natural and flow easily. From inhale to exhale. Back to inhale. No sense of holding your breath. No sense of constriction. Notice that even though you may feel compression on the right side of your body, when you tune your awareness to the left side, you feel a sense of expansion, length, spaciousness, extension. Almost like there's no separation between you and the eternal space and sky around you. And then shift your attention back to the feeling of compression on the right side. Notice what happens in your mind depending on where you choose to focus your attention. And I focus on that sense of compression and constriction. It may create a sense of anxiety, like it's difficult to breathe. And now shift your attention back to your left side body, your left rib cage, and feel the sense of expansion with your next inhale. And how freeing it feels to simply take a deep breath. You have your arm up over your head, your left arm, begin to draw your arm down towards your side body, or placing your left fingertips down in front of your heart may be easier. And on your next exhale, begin to push down into the earth to come up to seated. I want you to keep everything exactly where it is. You're simply going to turn your hips over to the other side so that your left thigh and left hip are now touching the pillows. And then on an exhale, you'll begin to drape your body over the pillow to come into supported side bend on the left. Remember, the space between the pillow and the rolled up blanket shouldn't be too much. It's just creating a space for your left arm this time. Blanket between the knees. You can reposition that as needed. And remember that in restorative yoga, we want your props to come to meet your body and not your body to meet the props. So again, if your head still doesn't feel supported, you can grab another pillow, another blanket to come up even higher if you need to. So your left arm is stretched out in front of you. Right arm comes down to the right hip along your side body, or reaches up overhead. And just drape it across the top of your head so that your fingertips rest on the ground. I want you to spend the next few minutes here in this pose, just observing what's happening internally for you tonight. Maybe that's more related to your thoughts. Maybe you got stuck on a particular feeling today. Whatever it is, I just want you to notice what's happening. If you notice that you're still carrying tension, particularly in any part of your face, I want you to just see if you can soften that. Allow your jaw to soften, perhaps allowing space between your top and bottom teeth. Allow your tongue to soften inside your mouth. Allow your eyes to soften. Your forehead. Space between your eyebrows. Your scalp. Your eyelids. And your ears. And if you have your right arm up overhead, begin to draw your fingertips in front of you, pressing down onto the pillows or the earth in front of your heart and pressing up slowly to a seated position. What I'd like to do now is have you move your rolled up blanket out of the way, off to the side. I want you to turn your pillows vertically on your mat, so long ways. And then you're going to place a folded up blanket out to the right side of your mat. So if you were facing your pillows, the blanket should be on the right and just below them. So what we're going to do here is come into restorative half frog. You're going to bring your upper body down onto the pillows and your right knee will be bent and out to the side. So let me demonstrate. You'll first start at a tabletop position. You're going to lower down your hips and trunk on the pillows, turning your head to one side and extending your left leg straight, then bending your right knee out to the side and pulling the blanket up as high as you need to feel a sense of opening in your right hip. Arms can come out wide away from the pillow so that you're not pressing down into your forearms or elbows. And again, just trying to create a sense of complete surrender onto your props, allowing them to completely support you. And I just wanted to share a brief reading with you from Lisa Oliveira. She says, "There is no arrival. There is no end point. There is no made it. There's no finish line to rush towards. There's only the moment to moment and day-to-day practices of turning inward, getting to know what you need, learning how to tend to those needs, getting connected and support around your full humanity, and giving yourself permission to be fully human. The arrival you're waiting for is right now. What can you do to arrive here right now? This hour, this week? Can that be enough? Can that actually be everything? When we spend our time waiting for the grand reveal of change and transformation, we miss out on all the tiny ways we can and are creating something new for ourselves all the time. Life isn't meant to be figured out as much as it is meant to be lived. I remind myself of this constantly when I get stuck in wanting to know, wanting to understand, wanting to figure it out. When I let myself just live, it's the living that leads to the understanding. And if understanding isn't accessible, the living leads to acceptance of the mystery of it all. I want you to begin to extend your right leg out behind you. So straightening your leg. Draw your hands in under your shoulders and begin to press up to tabletop, to hands and knees. And you're simply going to move your blanket to the other side of your mat. And once again, I will turn around so that you can continue to hear my voice. It's most helpful to start off in tabletop here, and then use your hands to brace yourself to lower down to your pillows. Hips and trunk supported, right leg extends out straight. And then you're going to bend your left knee out to the side, supported on your blanket. It's not important that your knee comes up really high. Restorative yoga is not meant to be a deep stretch like yin yoga. It's just supposed to feel very gentle, something that feels enjoyable, relaxing, and supportive. Remember to bring your forearms and elbows and hands out wide from your pillows so that you're not tempted to press down into the ground and brace yourself. But really just allow your upper body to melt on the pillows. Noticing a sense of ease with your breath. A sense of complete surrender and presence in this moment. You have nothing to do, nothing to worry about, nowhere to be. Just right here in this moment. And turn your awareness to your breath. Begin to extend your left leg out behind you so that both legs are straight. Draw your hands down under your shoulders and begin to press down on your mat to come up to seated one last time so that we can transition to our final resting posture. We're going to basically be in a supported shavasana. So you can use your props however feels best for you here. I like the pillows under my knees and a blanket under my head. You want to make sure you really position the pillows where they're supporting under your knees. And optional, you can take your rolled up blanket that we used for our heads before and position it under your ankles so that your heels are floating. And when you're ready, you can use your hands to slowly come back to basic relaxation pose or supported shavasana. Take your time here to really get your wiggles out. Make sure that your low back is supported. There's no arch in your low back there. Hands can come down to the ground, palms facing up towards the sky. You may want to walk your shoulder blades in towards each other a little bit so that your shoulders can relax down towards the ground. And just allow your feet to fall where they may. We'll spend the next couple minutes here in stillness. Remember, if your mind begins to wander, you can invite it back to attend to your breath. And just notice the sensation of breath externally, transforming to internally. The cool sensation of air coming in your nostrils. And the warm sensation of air leaving your nostrils. Begin to deepen your breath. Bringing your awareness back to your physical body. Gently wiggling your fingers and toes. And on an inhale, sweeping your arms up overhead like a morning stretch. Bending one knee and then the other. And rolling to one side for a moment in the fetal position. Whichever side feels more comfortable for you tonight. And rest your head on your arm for just a moment. And keeping your eyes closed or your gaze soft. Press down into the ground with your other hand and begin to push up to a seated position. Move any props out of your way and even come to sit on a blanket if you'd like. Or we'll meet in the easy seat with our legs crossed and our hands at heart center. May the efforts of our practice tonight be of service to all beings everywhere in some way, shape, or form, especially to those whose lives we directly touch. May we be happy, may we be healthy, may we be free. Namaste. Thank you guys for being here